Why you gotta be so hard-headed? Why you wanna ask, girl, you know what I did? Acting like you don't.
I was expecting some type of piping hot ass tea, but it's really no tea, like, but I'm just gonna get into it. So, first and foremost, my decision to have a child was strictly based on my own. If I'm not looking into the camera, I'm looking at the viewfinder, but I'm still looking. But this decision was strictly made on my own. This is something that I had a desire to do. This is something that I plan to do. Everything was just, it was all on me. This is all what I wanted to do. And it was a decision that I made for myself. Some people that are watching this may not agree on how I decided to conceive my child, or just may not agree in its entirety on my plan with my child, or whatever the fuck. But it really don't matter, because I don't give a fuck what y'all think. But since y'all wanted to know, here it go. So, I don't know where to start. I've always wanted to be a mother. Let's start there. My mom has always had a job with kids and daycares and schools, and I was therapist for kids for like 4 years. I'm talking about all type of kids: infants, newborns, toddlers, elementary school kids, even high school kids, autistic kids. You fucking name it, I have worked with them. And ever since I've worked with them, I've always wanted to be a mother. Like, I've always had some type of strong, nurturing desire to be a mom. I don't really, there's really no catch to that. I just always wanted to be a mom. My father was never really in my life. Yeah, never was. Like, I don't even, couldn't tell y'all what that man looked like from a can of paint. It's just always been me and my mom. So I think just watching her be such a great ass mother to me has kind of like built up my desire to want to be a great ass mother to my own. But as I got older, like, that desire just became much more stronger. If I'm out of breath, y'all know I'm fucking 9 months pregnant. Like, please just bear with me. But yeah, like, I have had this desire with partners. I've had this desire on my own. Like, and I've always said, like, even if I don't end up with somebody for the rest of my life, or if I don't end up with a partner that wants a child or desires a child as much as I do, or if at the time that I decide that I want a child, because all of this is strictly going to be on my terms, and my timing, then I would just have a child on my own. That has always been a plan for me. You can ask anybody I know, like, that has always been my plan. Let me catch my breath. So I know a lot of people don't work on deadlines, and they kind of just go with the flow of time. And I don't know, for as long as I can remember, I have always been like one of these people that like draft their life out and just know what they want and just go, like, get what I want when I want it. Like, that's just me. I have never wanted something and could not have obtained it, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be cocky, or I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just the type of person, like, when I want something, I'm going to work double time, triple time, overtime to make sure that I obtain that. And that goes for anything. So I've always said that I wanted to have a child before the age of 30, or by the age of 30. I am 9 months pregnant. It is 2025. I turned 30 in October of this year. And so much of this was meant for me. The way that God works, and the way that all of this has like planned out and laid out for me, just unfolded on the table for me, which I know it's in God's plan, because it just worked too easily. Like, everything just went way too smoothly. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not saying there was no trials and tribulations, because of course there was. I'm not saying there were no tests, because of course there was. I was watching this sermon for church, And he was talking about how it costs to carry. And we were definitely talking about pregnant women, but also whenever you reach a certain goal in your life or you reach a certain level in life, it costs. Like, everything costs. Nothing is free. So it does cost to carry. It has cost to carry this child. And I've had to sacrifice things, and I've had to lose things, and I've had to lose people, and I've had to lose friends, and I've had to lose anything you can think of. I've had to lose it. Being as though my child is the result of that, it was worth the loss, if that makes sense. Like, it was worth every sacrifice. It's worth every loss. It's worth all of that. Like, if my child is the result out of me giving things up and letting things go, it's worth everything. I can't begin to describe my journey and my experience through these 9 months of pregnancy. I did go through 9 months of pregnancy alone by choice. And I know some women is probably like, bitch, why would you decide to do that? Like, who does that? It does sound out of the ordinary. However, I'm one of those people that can say been there, done that. And a lot of people are like, wait till you get married or wait till, and it's like, bro, been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, marriage does not always work out, y'all. It's people that wait till they get married to have kids, and those marriages are not working out, and they're left with those kids. It's people that have been married for years, and then once they do have kids, that marriage goes into fucking shambles, and they're no longer the married couple that they once were, or they no longer love each other, or, shit happens. Life happens, and it's like, I didn't want to be that person to wait to find somebody, God knows fucking when, like, to have my child. And I know what you're thinking. I know what y'all thinking, because I know that's why y'all here, because y'all here for some damn tea, because y'all nosy as fuck. And it's like, yes, I was married. Yes, I was. At one point in time, I was. But like I just said, a lot of shit don't work out, and things don't always pan out how you want them to. Of course, I wanted so much for it, but it's just like, things don't happen the way that we want them to. So it's like, I cannot dwell on that, and I couldn't depend on that to focus on things that I wanted for myself. This is going to be a video that's just all over the place, but I'm trying to straight and narrow it. So yeah, that brings me to my decision. Me and my partner split up in April of 2024. And it was for about as long as we're talking now. We're still split up, still not together, still broken up, or whatever, however y'all want to fucking call it. We decided to go our separate ways, and that is that. I'm not going too much into detail about my love life, because that's nobody's business. But yeah, we split up in April. And I want to say, I had always been thinking about being a mother, and this strong desire actually hit super hard this year. But when you go through so much, and you mature so much, and you realize so much, you realize you should just do things for yourself sometimes. I feel like I've spent so much time and so much of my youth, so much of my 20s doing things for other people and being there for other people and giving myself to other people and pouring into other people, that I have not really sat down and had the time to do that for myself. I cannot sit here and tell y'all the last time that I actually did something for myself so selflessly without thinking about the outcome of how somebody else would feel, because it shouldn't matter. It's for me. So when I made the decision to create my daughter, that was for me. And I decided that probably like early May. This went two ways. So I have a friend that I've known for a very, very, very long time. I've known him since high school. We've had intimate relations, I want to say probably my freshman year of college. But it was very brief. It didn't last long. But this was a friend that I could always call and check on. Never had no beef. Never fell out about nothing. It was never that. Like, he's just somebody that's there, like just always there, that I could always count on to be there, and vice versa. During our younger years as kids, he wasn't the most fortunate in the streets a lot, didn't really have a lot. And me being the person that I am, I've always had a big heart. I used to use my allowance to like take him food and stuff like that because I know he didn't have it, and I know he wasn't eating because I know he didn't have the money to eat and stuff like that. So yeah, we just always maintained a very close friendship because of that past and because of that history and growing up with each other. We just always maintained contact and always met. Now, it wasn't somebody that I talked to every single day of my life, and like, it wasn't not one of those friendships. This is just one of those friendships that you know is there when you need it type thing. This is also a friendship that is very aware of my sexuality, very aware of my partners being women. Never changed really. So he's very much aware of my lifestyle and how I live my life, and never judged me because of it. Never treated me different because of it. And this is also somebody who knows how much I wanted to be a mother. So these are conversations that we have had. We've had a lot of conversations about me being a mother, or my desire to be a mother, around that May period, when I was deciding to become a mom, and just decided like, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do, blase. So we talked about it various times, and I kept track of my ovulation days, and I kept track of my cycles, and I kept track of everything. So I finally came up on my highest ovulation day. I pinpointed that out. I wrote that down, like, okay, like, this is going to be the day that I try. And we did decide that I was going to try to do it naturally, because I don't mind insemination. I don't mind insemination. I don't mind the whole IVF thing in which people do to make children. I don't mind any process to create something that you want. However, I personally felt like God gave me a body to do the natural things that women's bodies can do. We can procreate. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted my whole experience to be raw and natural. I didn't want to have to go through procedures to have my child. I'm not saying that there's a problem with people who do that. I'm not saying there's an issue with the procedures. If it came down to it and I was still with my partner, I would have gotten inseminated, most certainly, because that's obviously something that I would have had to do. However, I was not. I was very much single, still very much single, and I had already decided that I was going to do this on my own. Like, this is what I wanted. So we met up on my highest ovulation day, which was in May, on the 21st. Did what adults do. Wasn't a long process at all. It wasn't a long process at all, and I was happy because it was just like, I just wanted it to be in and out type thing. And it was no strings attached. It was no, like, it wasn't this big thing. Like, it wasn't no, oh, like I'm in love with you, or like, it just wasn't one of those. It was like, oh my God, like, you're my friend. You're helping me procreate something that I want. And I respect you for it, and I thank you for it, because I don't have to go do this with no fucking stranger. And it was so smooth for me, y'all. And when I say so smooth, I mean smooth to the point where, like, that was the first time, and she came on the first time. Like, she was conceived in the first time. Like, thank God. Thank God. And how many people you know try and do it on the first time, highest ovulation day, and it just happens. Like, I didn't even think I was fertile. I'm going to be so honest with y'all. I didn't even think I was fertile, but for that to happen exactly how I wanted it to happen, that's God. Like, that's God. Like, I had to do nothing, like minimal to nothing. So after I conceived, I went to Houston. That next day, I left Chicago and went to Houston with my friends, had a good time, came back. You know, coming back was really rough. It was really rough. I was a little sick on the way back home. Didn't know why I was so sick, but I was really down bad. Like, but yeah, I came back. I was really sick. I was down bad. I don't know. I couldn't figure out why I was real sick. Like, it wasn't one of those sick, like, oh, throwing up. Like, it was one of those sick where, like, strep throat. Like, it was one of those sick. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Went to the doctor, got antibiotics, whatever. Then a couple weeks later, I started feeling like more nauseous by the day. It wasn't like a heavy nausea though. It was just like sometimes, and I would think that I would be nauseous because like I wasn't eating as much. Or I would eat light. Like, if you know me, you know that I really don't eat that much, or I probably only eat once a day. So yeah, like I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to eat more today or something. So yeah, I was really nauseous and I'm like, okay, let me just eat something. Then once I realized like I'm eating but I'm still feeling nauseous, I'm like, all right, it must be something. But I kept putting it off to take a test because I'm like, it's no way that this happened on the first try. Like, I was even baffled myself. Like, it's no way that God gave me this baby already. Like, I was so baffled, y'all. But I ended up taking a test probably like 3 weeks into June, and lo and behold, she was pregnant. And I don't know, I can't really put into words what my response was. I was happy, but I was like also like nervous and like scared, and like all the emotions was hitting me at once. I did end up calling him to tell him like, all right, like it's done, like I'm pregnant. And his response was like, well, that was the plan, right? Like, that's what you wanted. And it's just like, I'm happy that I had somebody so fucking cool to respect everything about my decision. Like, I'm so blessed for that. Like this is not somebody that give me a hard time. This is not one of them situations, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, it's not one of those. This is somebody that I've been cool as hell with for the longest. Like, this is my dog. And literally, like, if I'm rocking, he rolling. Like, that's just what it is. Like, so I was really blessed to have somebody to respect my decision, respect how I wanted to do this. And I got what I wanted. Like, I got what I wanted. I'm so blessed for it. My baby is so loved. I'm so blessed for my pregnancy. My pregnancy was so peaceful and so smooth. Like, I didn't have no, really, in the beginning I did have some complications, but like my second trimester and third, smooth sailing. I took myself on a baby moon. I went to Puerto Rico for my baby moon. If you know me, you know I love that place. So me and my baby went there. Just me and my little fetus, and it was such a relaxing trip. I'm so happy that I did it solo. Did I get times where I was lonely and maybe wanted somebody to do this with, or maybe have wanted to do it with my partner, my like previous partner? Yes, but honestly, like, some things you better off doing alone. And I'm not saying that doing pregnancy alone is for everybody, because it's not. Some people do it without having a choice. Some people do it. And the people that didn't have a choice, I see y'all. Like, I feel y'all. I see y'all. I acknowledge y'all. And like, y'all are strong as fuck, because doing pregnancy by yourself is hard as fuck. okay? Like, this is probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my fucking 29 years of living. Like, this shit is hard as fuck, and I still haven't even got through childbirth yet. So, I'm just really blessed, man. I'm just really, really blessed. Like, the only regret I have out of all of this, and I'm going to be so 100 and so transparent, is lying to my past partner about how I conceived my daughter. It was very early in my pregnancy, number one, when I brought this to her, and I just didn't have it all figured out. I didn't have a plan yet. All I knew was that I was pregnant. This is what I wanted. This is the decision that I made for myself, and I did it. That was all I could have thought of at that moment. And when I brought it to her attention, it wasn't right away. I didn't tell her right away, because we weren't in contact for a while. We were in contact for like 4 or 5 months. So within that time, I'm pregnant, and I had not said nothing. And that's just like, I didn't feel the need to say anything, because when you no contact with somebody, you're not with somebody anymore. You're living 2 different lives. And I think that when you no contact, and y'all living 2 different lives, you just don't feel compelled to, for what? Like that, and that's kind of like where my mindset was with it. And that goes for anything, even if it wasn't a pregnancy, and if it was something else, I still wouldn't have felt compelled to say anything about it, because we're living 2 different lives. We're not talking, and this is just what it is. When I decide not to be with somebody, or if we decide to go our separate ways, that's just kind of how I am. I'm more of a, all right, let me go about my way. So I do regret lying to her about how I conceived my daughter, because I did not tell her the complete truth about it. I sugarcoated a lot. And it's like, I'm sitting it, as time goes on, I thought about it, I'm like, damn, like, why did I do all of that? Like, why? Like, for what? Like, this is what I wanted. I don't feel sorry for that. I don't feel sorry for wanting something and executing it on my own. Or like, I don't feel ashamed. I'm so fucking blessed, bro. Like, I don't feel none of that. The only thing I feel sorry for is lying, because why would I do that? Like, what the fuck? Like, why would I lie about this? Like, I think I just felt under pressure, and I didn't want to feel judged, because I did feel judged a lot by her. And that's just not something that I didn't want to deal with that at 16 weeks pregnant. I was just trying to get through the beginning of my pregnancy stress-free. And I don't know why I thought that was going to make it easier, because it didn't. It actually made it 2 times harder. And I just shouldn't have lied. I should have told her the complete truth. And because I wasn't expecting nothing but a congratulations anyway. So it's like, I should have just said, I should have just told her how I did it. And like, that was that. Like, that's really all I was trying to do, was just let a motherfucker know. But yeah, if that's the only thing I regret out of all of this, is not being transparent with her in specifics, because she does mean a lot to me, and I really do love her with all of my heart. But I knew that I was going to do this alone from the jump, and it was really hard for us both to just talk that out, and decide certain things and make decisions, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's the only regret I have about all of this. Everything else I'm super blessed for the people that do support me and have loved on my baby. I appreciate y'all. We thank y'all so much. She is a very, very special girl, and I cannot wait for my friends and family to meet her. I can't wait to meet her. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so blessed. I can't stop saying that. Like, thank you, God. I'm so blessed. Like, I'm so blessed for my strength, my courage, my determination, my persistence, my faith. I'm just so blessed for it all. I am 35 weeks pregnant. I give birth in approximately 4 weeks, and I'm very excited to meet my girl. But I'm also scared as fuck because it's gonna hurt. But you know, we're just gonna get through it and we'll thug it out because we gotta bring her to Earthside. And I'm just so blessed, y'all. Like I don't even know what else to say besides that. Besides thank y'all for supporting me. If you support me, fuck yeah if you don't. And yeah, I'm just really blessed for my special girl, and I can't wait to see her, and I can't wait to hold her and meet her. But yeah, that's my pregnancy story. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. I thank y'all for listening. It really was no tea. It was really no tea. A bitch got pregnant because she wanted to get pregnant and wanted a baby on her own. And I'm doing that shit. I've been eating pregnancy the fuck up, as y'all can see. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. And I got a little more content. I'm going to try to vlog my labor and delivery. It's going to be hard seeing I'm being pain, but I'm gonna have my mama like try to hold the camera or something because yeah. This is a different background. As y'all can see, I did get a house for my kids, for my dog Aspen and my baby girl. Pretty spacious house. I'm very proud of myself for that as well. I'm just blessed, y'all. I'm blessed. I'm doing a damn thing. I'm doing everything that I wanted to do, and I couldn't be happier. I didn't obviously get everything that I wanted to go exactly how I wanted it to go, but for the most part, most of it did, and I can only thank God for that. But I will be back. Y'all will see me again, and I love y'all.
So why you gotta be so hard-headed? Why you wanna ask, girl, you know what I did? Acting like you don't know.